My name's Hunter,
And I'm Ming.
and this is our bus to Panga.
Why did we decide to go tiny? We were living in New York for a year,
Mhm.
down in Coney Island. We were paying about $1,500 in rent, plus, utilities and everything. And then the pandemic hit, and we both got furloughed, and we decided to do a total life change.
We had this apartment that was basically 16 feet by 20 feet, and our bus is 8 feet by 40 feet. So it's pretty much the same square foot. And we had a mattress on the floor, an apple box for our table, and a computer and a refrigerator. So we thought really hard about what a budget would look like for our bus, and we set a goal to basically take 1 year of our rent and expenses in our Brooklyn apartment and just channel all that into a bus that we could own. And yeah, I think we hit the mark.
Our original bill took 9 months. He was so confident and was like, I can bang this out in 2 months. Yeah, no, not the case at all. Even our friends were laughing behind our backs because our friend is a contractor and he was like, Hunter's never going to get this done in 2 months. And even though he did work basically 7 days a week for 10 hours every day on the bus, it still took a long time. I unfortunately have no skills in plumbing, construction, electrical, so I just kind of sat my butt on the couch every day and watched TV. However, as you can see, the interior decorating is my contribution to the bus.
She picked a cotton candy pastel palette that I love. Actually, people question, "Oh, well,
Your masculinity.
must be so feminine." Ah, no, I love the bus. It's beautiful. Our bus Topanga has a soul. The outside to inside contrast is something I was interested in. So when you're on the outside of the bus, it does look like just a normal school bus. We kept it school bus yellow. There are a few clues like the air conditioning, the storage boxes on the
The
side,
chimney.
the chimney, which is for our fireplace in the back here. If you're an RV person, you might notice the RV inlets like the water, shore and water, shore and power, and a water heater. But other than that, if you're not like tuned into the RV or build world, this school bus might just pass you by and you might not look twice. When we bought it, it had all the seats and everything, just a basic bus straight from the school, and we stripped it all out, then cleaned it, deep clean,
And by we mean his uncle and
yeah,
him.
my uncle helped me a lot on this. And then, yeah, we added insulation and framing, electrical, plumbing, walls and ceiling, air conditioning. Solar panels went up top, 15,000 watt inverter, which is pretty rare. We only use about a third of that. You can get into tiny home builds. There's a lot of information out there. I think it was really important to ask some people who actually were doing this, specifically artists. Beyond the toilet, which is the obvious, nobody likes the toilet. Ours is just a porta potty. We'll get back to that. But what was the hardest thing about the bus, and what would you not be able to live without? And as artisans, we decided to have a space to create. I do wet plate photography. It's a dirty, messy, chemicals involved. I need a dark room. There's a whole lot of mess that goes with that, and I needed to create a space in the bus that was separate from our eating area. I'm really glad we did that, to have a creative space so I can have my projects set up, whether it's a digital thing on the computer or I'm in darkroom mode, that it doesn't interrupt where we have our dinner, which is, a lot of people have to do this stuff in the kitchen, and then to clean and eat, it just becomes a headache.
I personally wish the house was just a little bigger. As you can see, I am a huge fan of clothes, and Hunter has a lot of photography and video gear, and it is a pain in the butt having it all over the place.
It's funny though, on the flip side of that, although I do wish it was bigger in here, even though I am personally comfortable, it's actually a really big bus, and I'm the only one who can drive it because it's so big.
Tiny house living has allowed us, complete freedom. It's nice to be my age at 28 to own my own house finally. We have an asset.
When we were both put on furlough, then unemployment, we basically pooled every penny of that we could, saved it up, and put our things in storage and found a bus and bought it and started working on it and moved into it as soon as we could. And now that we're in it, we support ourselves by doing wet plate or tin type photography. And we travel around and take pictures of iconic places and then book portraits and whatever we can get, really. So
We were also very fortunate that his mom and stepdad allowed us to stay with them for the entire build, so that saved us close to, because in New York,
I mean,
about 1 year of
months
rent
of
is
rent.
$20,000, so we saved
Yeah.
about $15,000, which was amazing, which we
Yeah,
put into the
just in
bus.
rent. Yeah.
And every penny of our unemployment went into the bus. We did not go out. We rarely went on date nights at all.
Mhm.
I think we went on 2 date nights that entire 9 months.
Mhm.
And the thing was free. So, yeah, but we poured every penny in to this bus, and now we live off of the photography.
Yeah. So if you're interested in a wet plate shoot,
Yes, please message us for that.
message us at Wandering Wet Plates.
Yep. Thank you so much, United Tiny House, for inviting us to do this video. We're super excited and ecstatic that you asked us. Go ahead and check us out on Instagram at Busmeetsworld, and we will be starting a YouTube page soon.